Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna take a moment for the connection to settle down. I realized when I watched the replay, it's like the connection is like all over. So I'm just gonna take a moment, let it. Okay, let's get started. So, as you can tell by the title, you are the mother of dragons. This really is for a specific person out there. This is for one person out there in this world. This is for this person. This is a direct message for this person. One. Two, what I'm about to explain to you guys, this is a very deep reading, a deep message. This is spiritual, this is esoteric, this is like an occult type of dimension type of information what I'm about to discuss with you guys. So if you're not interested in that, please exit now. I'm giving you guys time to do so. If you're watching the replay, whatever, just do it. Okay, there's someone out there that is the mother of dragons. And you might be wondering, what? The character from the show, The Game of Thrones? The Game of Thrones is actually based on a true story, whether you believe it or not, it is. The characters in the stories is actually based off true people who have lived in a time where that was. And that still exists. Their bloodline still exists. Their descendants still exist throughout this world, throughout dimensions, and throughout other galaxies. The Targaryens, the Starks. It's like the bloodline still exists. Okay, so let's talk about the mother of dragons. Who is she? The mother of dragon is not fully white. She's not a fully white woman. She's a mulatto girl. She's mixed with black race and other races, to be honest, but she is mulatto. I actually had a vision of her. She's a mulatto girl and she has white hair. Tigerians do have white hair. They have natural white bleach hair. Like, it looks like it's very very white. And apparently there's a reason why their hair is so white, and there is a reason why they are connected with dragons, why they are considered like that type of bloodline go crazy. There is a reason to it. So this reading is going to be a part two. That reason, the reason why their hair is white and that they're connected to dragons and that they connected with fire, I'm going to explain it in the second part. Right now, I just wanted to talk about the mother of dragons. This person is a very powerful being. This person is the bringer of life. She birthed nations. She birthed species. She birthed dragons. But it's not just because in the show it made it seem like she had some type of connection with dragons because of her bloodline, and she rely on her dragons. No, yeah, she is very connected with dragons. Dragons, they love her because she birthed them. But the thing is, she actually had gifts herself, but it wasn't portrayed in the show. I think they probably portrayed that she had like visions and whatnot, but there's more to that. Like, she wasn't just a psychic, and that she was, connected with dragons, and she can, like, dragons like listen to her. She connects with all animal types. It wasn't just dragons. That's what wasn't shown in the movie, about who she truly was. She's connected to all animals. She wasn't just a psychic, she was a seer. The third thing I was getting, her pain, like, I guess I could explain a little bit about the white hair. It is natural. Like, her hair is natural, but like the reason why the Targaryen has white hair is due trauma. Their bloodline experienced extensive trauma to a point where it caused some type of shockwave within their system, within their genetics. Their DNA strands mutated or something like that, to the point it made their hair white, and it changed their genetic makeup because of the trauma that they endured. They endured a lot of trauma, and there's another part to that, and I'm going to explain it to part two. But the mother of dragons, very powerful being this person is. This woman is a mulatto girl, which I mentioned. She has gifts when it comes to fire. In the show, you saw her like she could touch fire. Like fire didn't hurt her. She was immune to like being burned by fire. That is true. But it wasn't just fire that she's immune to. She's immune to being hurt by all types of elements, whether it's earth, water, fire, spirit. Like she's connected to all elements, not just the animal kingdom, but she's like an avatar. You guys, like the Avatar, the Last Airbender. You guys are familiar with that show or that movie? She was the avatar. She embodied all elements. Okay, she embodied all elements. She could speak to animals. She could control animals. She can speak to the dead. Something about the dead and her is connected. Water is very significant when it comes to her. Water and air. And fire. Obviously, fire is very big. I feel like fire is like her natural energy, her natural essence, but like she embodied all elements. Um, and by the way, I didn't watch the last season of Game of Thrones because I heard that she died. But she's not really dead. Like she cannot die. Like that's another thing. She can't really die. She can be reborn over and over and over and over again. She can replicate herself too. So she's not dead. So that's another thing. She can't die. And the way that she died by a stab wound, she wasn't dead. Um, so that's another thing. She's connected with the dead and she's connected with death. So about death and her is one and the same. Because if you guys watch towards the last couple of seasons of Game of Thrones, how in the beginning of the show, the beginning seasons, you saw her, like looking all innocent, fresh. It was like vibrant colors. But towards the end of the seasons of the Game of Thrones, you saw her representing herself in black attire, like black clothing, and especially when they said that she went crazy, she became a little dark, right? That is very significant to her death qualities. Remember, I said she is one of the same of death, like the being death. Like she is death, and she's also life. She's a destroyer, which in the show they claim her that she went crazy. She has two parts to her. She can be a destroyer, but she can also be a person that brings life, hope. That's her. She's hope. She was a breaker of change. You guys remember that in the show, if you guys are familiar with that franchise, that she was a breaker of change. She was helping people who were bound, people who were trapped, people who were lost, people who didn't have a voice. She was helping them find their voice. She was speaking for them, defending them. She was defending their honor. She was making changes. She's a traveler as well, but she's making changes and she's breaking the chains for these people. Like she was helping them. She was not just a symbol of hope. She represent hope in its full embodiment. And then I didn't like when they said that she went crazy. She wasn't crazy. It's like when she is when her back against the wall, when she's like, 'cause again, she embodies two things: hope and death, bringer of life and destroyer. So she has the capability of changing the whole world to greatness, to something of beauty, something of hope. But she also has the embodiment to destroy it, to cause harm, to destroy life. Okay, that's what was given to her. That's the gift that she holds. It's like she represents the scale of life, the balance of the scale of life. That's what she represents. But you know how they painted her as this crazy person, who just went crazy because she, like, I guess no one was listening to her, or I don't know. I didn't watch the last season on what happened, so I can't really comment. But she did not go crazy. It's just like when she goes dark, when she goes to that death essence, that death energy, she's completely is in destroyer mode. Like it's like, okay, I try to bring you hope. I try to bring life to you, and you continue trying to destroy. Well, let me show you who's the destroyer. Let me show you who I am. Like, you do not deserve this. I will give you this. So that's what she was basically doing. Like, hey, yeah, I'm going to destroy you. But she also has the ability to bring life back. That's what they didn't tell you. She could destroy life, but she could also bring life back. And so that's why I didn't understand like how the show portrayed her. Again, this is how they wanted to portray her, but like she's actually based on a true person. There's someone truly out there that is the mother of dragons, and she is a being that holds both energy, life, and death. She is death incarnated, literally. And in the show, I really feel like they did that on purpose, trying to make it seem like she was like this crazy person, or she didn't really have that much gifts, or like she relied on her dragons for everything. No, this girl is a very powerful being. The way that they killed her was just ridiculous. Like I saw clips, and even though I didn't watch the last season, I watched clips, and I didn't like it. So that's why I didn't watch the last season. But especially given what I know now, I'm glad I didn't watch the last season because ridiculous. But what I'm trying to tell you guys, there's people out there that knows this about who the Targaryens are, what they are, who they truly are. They think their bloodline. There's people out there that knows that the Mother of Dragons is actually real. It's actually based off a real person. There's people out there that have access to this information. These are people who keep this information hidden, but also share this information right in front of our faces, but make it seem like it's just a movie, a fairy tale type of thing. It's more, it's actually a real thing. Okay, so you guys going to start to see this mother of dragon appear in our world. She's going to come off as someone of innocent, of beauty, because remember in the show she started as like very innocent, very vibrant, very beautiful, a beautiful mold, right? She's a hope. She's hope. She's gonna be the bringer of life. She's gonna help change the world. She's gonna break the chains that we're all in right now. Like this world is going crazy. If you guys have paid attention to what's going on right now, like I hate it. I fucking hate it. Like I hate the music industry now. I hate the film industry now. I hate what's going on around the world with all the freaking war that's brewing. I hate what the people are suffering. I just hate all of it. And I feel like now is her time to make her debut. She's going to come into the forefront now, you guys, to bring change. She's going to change everything her way. She's going to do it how she's meant to do it. She's going to be the symbol of life, of hope. And you guys need to see that. But the thing is, she will be tested at the same time. Um, I don't know by whom, could be by God, but she's gonna be tested to the point where she's gonna be put to the test. Like she's gonna go through the ringer. I feel like the reason why she's going to be tested is to bring out something that needs to come out of her, and she's going to be tested so that it can come out. And people will. It's either you're either of life, or if you're going to be okay. It's either you're of life or you are of death. Cause I feel like she's sent here. God sent the Mother of Dragons here to bring change, to bring hope, to make changes in this world, right? And we need her now more than ever, obviously. Um, I agree. I really do feel like she needs to present herself now. Um, but the thing is, what will the world get? Hope or the destroyer? I don't know. Only time will tell. But the thing is, I feel like she is of beauty, of life, of hope, and that's what the world needs the most. But there are people out there that don't want her to come to be. They know that she's coming, and they don't want her to come to be. So you're gonna see a lot of people coming after her. She's gonna be the beauty of the world, but there's gonna be the ugly people of this world that's going to try to tarnish her name, try to bring out her darkness. It will come out. It's just a matter of time. But we'll just see how this awful unfolds. But I just watch part two, you guys. Part two is very crazy of what I discover about the Targaryens, about her bloodline. Because we know that she's a mulatto girl. She's mixed race. but she has very bleached white hair. Um, but there's something about her descendants and her bloodline that people do not know that wasn't shown in the show at all. And there's something about fire and blood. That's something that was discussed in the show that she herself has said. Um, it was mentioned throughout the show, fire and blood. There's something with that saying as well. So I'm going to explain what that means in the next part two. I might do it later tonight or tomorrow. So let's see.